What do we got here? LGBT Sports Coalition. Oh my. Hi. So, told you today was going to be a special video. I've had to take a day to kind of digest that. I mean, right here, I read the email, I read it multiple times. Thank God I have this shirt. Yeah, it thoroughly says here, you must reply, where'd you go? Please respond to this invitation. You can simply hit reply by May 9th. So by Saturday, tomorrow, letting us know whether or not you plan to attend the summit. Yes. You must also fill out the registration form below, which I did. I clicked the link and went, it wasn't working on the phone, so I went to my computer and did it. I also responded to the email and said I will attend. I will attend. They probably need to get back to me, or they're processing stuff right now. What's really funny is they're just like, and I understand, it makes me realize that this is a national conference because, one, I saw something about the Canadians not being allowed to come to it. So that's right there. I don't know why. I know there's always a weird legality when it comes to Canadians. That's why we can't have a lot of contests that involve Canada. I know I've heard a lot of it with North American servers on WoW, but they exclude Canada, even though there's a lot of Canadian players, at least on... Anyways, so this is a national conference. Apparently Cole Fox is going. His story actually came out on Outsports a week or so before mine, and I'm not sure if the new guy, Cody, is going to be attending. This literally happens in... Today is the 7th, 8th. Get your days right, TJ. There's a weird reflection for me from the other window on the shiny calendar, so it's hard for me to technically see. And yeah, it's the 8th today. So, yeah. And that's happening the 11th through the 13th of June, so month 12th and the 13th. Social will kick off in the evening with an evening social Thursday, June 11th, and will end around lunch on Saturday, June 13th. I got a game that day. Oh my god. So literally this is, I don't even really know what to think about it. I don't know what to do about this necessarily. It's been I got the email yesterday morning. Hello. I got the email and I reacted on camera, and so yeah, it's been 24 hours. I haven't gotten a confirmation email, but the funny thing is, you realize it's a national conference when they're like, oh, you can book a hotel here, which is 0.3 miles from the venue, and it's a little cheaper, but then there's this one over here that's a mile away from the venue, and it's this price, and I'm going, I live here. Because it takes place in Portland, but that's the thing, is it's not at the world headquarters of Nike. That's what gets me. I told, I thought it would be. It was in previous years, but now I'm not sure where it's going to be. Because the one hotel is not a mile away from the convention center. The other hotel is like half a mile from the convention center. So it's not at the convention center. There's always a variance, but usually they round up, so it's like a quarter mile. So I don't really know where this is at. I haven't gotten an idea of the actual idea for the venue. I just can have triangulation in there, and I did that. We actually took a mile and 1/3 of a mile, or 0.3 miles, and looped them in Portland and tried to figure out where this thing was. We have a couple locations, but I'm not putting anything definite in. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And when I'm filling out the survey registration thing, they're like, what day do you plan to arrive in Portland? And I'm like, April 1st, 1993, since we moved up here from Salem. It's not the first time I visited Portland. I'd been through it before many times. When do you plan to depart Portland? Hopefully if I get, to a decent college, that's because if it's I can only ever do for football D3, I'm just going to stick around here. PSU doesn't want me for D1, but let's say some other city does, some other college does, for some godly reason, and they're just like, wow, you're 36 but want to play D1 sports and you can do it. Sure, we'll take you. Here's a scholarship. I will move out there. That's when I will depart Portland. European team, whatever. I don't know. But it's like, so I put in the day before and the day after. So June 10th to June 15th or 14th, because they actually say you can stay till afterwards and do the Pride Parade in the morning on Sunday. I'm like, Okay, so the itinerary is an evening social on the 11th, which is, I can't see that from here, most likely a Thursday. So there's an evening social. So I probably have to cook tacos for Aaron and have him reheat the food, because I'll be out eating dinner, I think. I'm not sure. I need more information on this, but like I said, it's only been 24 hours. There's an evening social, and then I don't know what's going on from there. And then all of Friday is jam-packed. I'm taking a wild guess. I'm gonna have a vlog that day, probably gonna be from the phone, depending on if the venue has Wi-Fi. Oh God. I'm freaking out. What am I going to do? I mean, I could probably take my camera. That would be weird. And then Saturday, there's like, you know, probably maybe a breakfast or a luncheon before that gets done. And then everyone's gonna be like, hey, high five, that's cool. Let's go down to Portland Pride, because Pride is that weekend. And they're all gonna go down to Pride. And they're like, hey, Theo, you wanna join us for Pride? I'm like, sorry, I have to get back home so I can get my gear so I can go out to my game at 6 o'clock. Because that's the Bulldogs game. The one last year that we beat them by 2 points in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, that's the team again. I mean, not to mention, and then after that, I'll be like, hey, you know, shout me out, you know, I'll get a hold of you on Facebook, you know, because I've got, like, I think I have Cole and Cody on my Facebook already. And if they're, I know Cole's gonna be there, and I can just Facebook, I'm like, okay, I'm done with my game, my legs aren't broken, I ain't dead. You know, where are you guys at? What you up to? If he's sticking around for the parade, because it's a Nike's gonna be in the Portland Pride Parade. And that's what this thing, I don't know what to think. But yeah, that's gonna be a busy weekend, and it's gonna be like nail biting this entire time. I gotta focus on the Raider game, and I gotta focus on training and getting my glute thingy hamstring better, and I gotta focus on lots of stuff, and I gotta focus on getting this hair under control. Jesus, I'm probably gonna get a haircut sometime. Anyways, I'm detracting. So that's what's up with that. I don't really know much more information other than anything you can Google about the LGBT Nike Sports Summit, whatever. I will have a link to their website and the 2000 and stuff, and yeah, I'll also link to Cody and Cole's story below. I can't figure out how to do outside links unless I own the website as annotation, so you just have to click below, because I don't own Outsports. So yeah, I swear to God, they will be below. Anyways, you can read those stories and share them on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, and we'll see you guys this weekend. I have a practice, so I may or may not be recording too terribly much, because I will be in practice, and I'm probably going to let Aaron sleep in. And it seems like we're going to be going over film. I don't know, but I'm taking my gear. Catch you guys later. Be nice to each other. I mean, 2 years ago. I'll also put a link below to two years ago today, and you guys will see exactly like who it was that had no idea what the next 2 years is gonna install for him.